It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.
A very warm welcome wherever you are listening around the world to Road to World Cup 26 podcast. My name is Nick Britten. I am joined as ever by Mr. Ken Davies. Hello, Kenny. How are you?
I'm very well. Hey, tomorrow is May. And tomorrow we'll be able to say, hey, the World Cup's next month.
Yes.
And on a second point, I've just noticed something that I should have noticed a very long time ago. Your microphone sticks up. My microphone sticks down. What does that mean?
Well, that tells us all you need to know about where we both are in the world.
Yeah, that's right. You got that microphone Viagra going on, haven't you?
I'll tell you what else I had going on until last night. I had quite a big beard last night.
A big
I had beard because I hadn't shaved. Yeah, I hadn't shaved for about a week and a half because I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to for a medical reason. And,
you weren't allowed to shave for a medical reason.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not going to let that go, are we?
But it was quite
potential medical reason could make you not shaving.
Stitches in my cheek, and they said don't shave.
Stitches in your cheek.
Stitches are out. Yeah.
Oh.
So,
is that from the fencing wound you've got against the Duke of Burgundy in 1741?
No, I beat the Duke of Burgundy quite comfortably. To be fair, that was quite an easy one. There are harder opponents than him.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I'm now clean shaven. You, mate, still looking a little bit like I don't know. It looks a bit ungroomed.
It does look ungroomed. I was going to do it again tonight, and I thought, should I do it before the podcast? I thought, no, I can't be bothered. Really.
What sort of attitude? That again, like the microphones, tells us where we are in the world. Right, we've got lots to talk about this week. There's lots going on. This is the great thing. We've kind of hit real kind of, I think, the home straight in terms of getting into the World Cup. And there's lots of news happening every week. So we're going to bring you the latest on the Iran situation because that's kind of now becoming a popular slot, I think, on this podcast. There seems to be changing and blowing in the wind every week.
After the World Cup, we're going to start an Iran podcast.
Yeah, I think we might.
It's fantastic. It never stops. It's great for news.
It was the meeting of FIFA's ruling council this week. And out of that came some interesting news, some rule changes ahead of the World Cup. So there's some rule changes you're going to need to know, people. Because when you look at what happens in the World Cup and you go, well, hang about. No, that can't be right. If you haven't listened to this podcast. If you have listened to this podcast, you'll go, yep, that's absolutely bang on.
You'll be the expert at the water cooler, won't you?
You will, yeah. That was passed by the FIFA Ruling Council in April. So we're going to bring you all of that. We're going to have a little dive into Uzbekistan because we had a nice email from one of our dear listeners, Yannick, asking us to do so. So we will. Very happy to oblige. And I'm going to ask you the question now, and I'm going to answer it at the end of the podcast, or towards the end, which is this. Which World Cup activity could cost you £1,000 or more? And that's if you're not even going to the World Cup. So there's a little poser for you listeners to ponder on, and I'll bring you the answer to that a little bit later on. I'm going to start the podcast with a bit of an apology, though, because we did have some emails on this. Last week, Ken, I made the foolish mistake of uploading the wrong podcast. So we recorded one on...
I think, as go back to your words of earlier, that kind of just explains where we are in the world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's because your microphone points upwards, not downwards.
So we recorded...
All the cool people have them going downwards. I'm just saying.
Do all the cool people wear those kind of lumberjack shirts?
Only in Canada.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I recorded the wrong... We recorded the right podcast, then I uploaded it, and it took me 2 days before I realised that, hang about, I've uploaded the wrong one. So, yeah, yesterday I uploaded the right one, and tomorrow I'm going to upload this one. So you're going to have 2 episodes in the space of 3 days. Wow. So consider that a bonus, my friends.
Massive
Consider
bonus.
that a bonus. But apologies for that. If you listened and thought, hang about, I've heard this already. The answer is, you had.
I bet 50% of the people listening didn't even realise,
No, particularly if once you started, no.
Oy.
Right, Iran.
Yeah.
So news this week about the will they won't they hokey cokey of Iran going to the World Cup. Interesting development. They turned up to go to the FIFA Congress this week and were denied entry to Canada.
Mm.
Now, there's a reason for this, but Ken, what is your take on this?
It sounds to me like it was a administrative error, but I don't think it's going to be easily flushed away. Let me put it that way. Iran have taken great dislike to this situation. Essentially, it's a guy called Mehdi Taj, who was part of the delegation, who, bless his soul, is a former member of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, which is.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Bless his soul would necessarily come before the name of that organization.
Yeah, that's true. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard is not considered the most, let's say, friendly of organizations in some parts of the world. So therefore, if you are a member or an ex-member, you're likely to find yourself on a list that is available at most airports of "don't let this person in." Now, the thing is, it was arranged that he'd been given special dispensation to go to this meeting, but unfortunately, nobody told Harold on the customs desk, and he got turned around.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure it was. It may have been that, but I don't think. I think there was more to it than that because the Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand said, "My understanding," and I'm quoting her, "My understanding is that there is a revocation of the permission."
Ooh.
So it's not that somebody didn't get the email that he's on a special thing, therefore let him in, special visa. It was actually the whole thing was revoked.
But nobody bothered to tell him. He travelled all the way from Iran. Look, all this means is that Iran are not playing in the World Cup.
Well, it depends where. I mean, when you say nobody bothered to tell him, it depends where he is in Iran because like emails are down and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not a delivery of your kind of a t-shirt, is it? I mean, it's anyway. Iran are pissed off, and rightly so. Iran are not going to play in the World Cup. This will be one bit of the jigsaw that when they tell the world they're not going to play at the World Cup, this will be part of it. Iran are not playing in the World Cup.
There's another piece to the jigsaw, which is their friendly opponents. You know, we're all playing these World Cup friendlies just before the competition starts. Both of them are pulled out. So North Macedonia and Angola were both due to play Iran in warm-up games just ahead of the World Cup. Both of them have cancelled those fixtures. So look, the Iranian Football Federation are still publicly going hammer and tog at this. They're saying we're working to find a replacement teams to ensure the team's training and preparation schedule remains on track. So they're not throwing in the towel publicly, at least here. And I think we're in a situation now where neither side, for their own national pride, is going to blink. So America isn't going to turn around and go, "We're kicking you out." FIFA isn't going to turn around and go, "You're not coming." Iran are not going to turn around at this stage and say, "No, we're not coming." So there's this kind of brinksmanship going on where they're just waiting for the first person to blink and then they can blame them.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going on. I suspect what will happen is Iran will pull out, and I think FIFA will put an awful lot of pressure on them to do that. Just to kind of, it's going to be a very difficult thing to do. Infantino, has been saying all along that they are definitely playing. I would put my house, in fact, I'd put your house, I'd put your cat on it.
No, you can put my house on it, but don't put my cat on it.
Well, so what do you think now, if you were to rate this in percentage chances of Iran actually participating in the World Cup?
20%.
20% chance. Okay, I'll go as low as 3.
Yeah, I know. And you've been on this all along. I think when we last really discussed this in depth was at the time when the ceasefire was announced and all of that, but nothing's really moved since then, and the Strait of Hormuz is not open still, and it's very good to see that there are not missiles flying around from either sides, but I don't quite know, what is happening. Nobody really knows.
Well, Donald Trump's on about there's going to be restriction in oil supply in the Straits of Hormuz for months. It's just the mood music on this is not saying Iran are coming. There's too many things going
No,
wrong in
the only
relation to
listen,
this.
realistically, the only way they can come, the only way they can come, is if the players are allowed to come with the coaches, but that's it. So people like Mehdi Taj, who is the Iranian Soccer Federation's president, the dignitaries and all of that won't be allowed to come, but the players and the coaches will. That's the only way this is going to happen.
Yeah, and I'm just not confident that that's going to happen, which means part B of that is who will be there. And
Well, I
maybe
don't know.
we'll
I
have
mean,
I think next week's edition we should have a proper dive into that, because we have to start thinking about that, because there's got to be another team playing, not Iran.
yeah. Well, it won't be Italy anyway. It looks like so. I think that's now been put to bed. Anyway, yeah. We've talked about that quite a lot, so we'll move on. We'll move on. Right.
It's an interesting subject, though, isn't it? It's fascinating.
It's a very interesting
Geopolitics.
topic. It's a very interesting topic. Yannick, one of our very devoted listeners, and thank you, Yannick, for your email, has written to us to say, what do you think of Uzbekistan's chances at the World Cup? Which, on a kind of normal basis, you would go, well, who, what, how? Until you do a little bit of a deep dive. And when you do a little bit of a deep dive, what you actually find is a team in good form whose trajectory is very, very much on an upward curve. Yannick raised this point because their friendly games recently have yielded some good results. They've beaten Gabon, okay. They drew with Venezuela. They beat Iran on penalties in a friendly. They beat Egypt, and they're no pushovers,
Yeah, that's
2-0. And they lost narrowly to Uruguay, who are a very good side, only 2-1. They're in a group with Portugal, Colombia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. So I think the question is, can they get out and qualify out of the group stages?
100% yes. 100% yes. I think they will. That is a pretty poor quality group, really. I mean, Colombia are decent. Portugal are decent.
Well, Portugal are a good side. Colombia are decent.
Are they? Are they? Are they though?
Well, they're all right. I mean, they're not. They're better than some teams in the World Cup for sure. They're reasonable. I think. So, what are you thinking here, Ken? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Uzbekistan could win the group. I mean, I just look at those four teams and think, well, anyone could beat anyone. Anyone could beat anyone. It could be one of those groups where they all end up on 4 points.
No, I disagree. Portugal are by far the best team in it. They are the first ever Uzbekistan team to qualify for the World Cup. Of course, up until 1991, they were part of the USSR, which for our younger listeners is the Soviet Union, as we like to call it, so Russia, for want of a better name. Most of their squad play in Uzbekistan, which is never a good thing when you're on the international stage. Although those who follow the Premier League and indeed Manchester City will know of Abdu Kusanov. He plays for Man City and the Premier League. Is a very good player. And what might help them is they've got a really, really big name as a manager, and there will at least there'll be at least one Italian going to the World Cup this summer, who's their coach Fabio Cannavaro, who of course has won the World Cup in his time as a player. So if you look at what, I mean, they qualified at the earliest opportunity, which was the third round in the labyrinthine Asian qualifying process. It was the earliest time anybody could qualify automatically, and Iran did it. So they qualified winning 6 of the 10 games. They drew 3, lost 1. So yeah, they're definitely doing all right, and their world rankings shot up, hasn't it?
Yeah, 86th 5 years ago, 50th now. So they're in the top 50, first time in their history they're in the top 50, and it's a pretty amazing success story, really. I like teams who are going in on an upward trajectory. We thought Morocco would be like that when the wheels have fallen off slightly. Sorry, Nick. Did you interject then?
So you like teams that go in on an upward what?
Trajectory.
Oh, well done. That was better. Yeah, thank you.
Trajectory. And they very much feel like they are. They're going to go in there into that competition with a lot of confidence. They won't fear anyone, and I think they're a great little outside bet to qualify not only for the group round of 32, but I could see them qualifying for the round of 16.
Wow. Well, there you go. You know, when we did ages ago, we did a full rundown of who's going to qualify and who's going to win the World Cup. We need to revisit that soon. I'd be interested to see where you had Uzbekistan, because I bet you didn't have them winning the group.
I had him winning the competition.
Not too fair.
Yeah, they beat Spain 2-0 in the final.
Yeah, fair it is. Right, okay, very good. In a moment, we're going to bring you news from this week's FIFA Council meeting and some interesting rule changes that are going to be brought in for this World Cup. Before we do that, Ken, a word from our sponsors, if you would.
I will. Road to World Cup podcast 26 is sponsored by Bionic, and Bionic produce supplements which are specifically designed for you, because every body is unique. I mean, look at Nick's body. Look at that. Don't get much more unique than that. And you know what? It's about this time of year, isn't it? When the sun's coming out, we start thinking about what our bodies look like, our body shape, our body condition. Well, if you are thinking like that, you need to get on to Bionic, because if you're taking off the shelf supplements, you might be getting too much of the stuff you don't need, maybe too little of what you do need. And Bionic produce tailor-made supplements formulated specifically for your body. So click the link in the show notes and you'll get 50% off your first order. Your body will be very pleased you did, and so will we, because we get a commission. Oh, was I supposed to say that?
You weren't supposed to say that, but you were supposed to play the sting.
Oh, no. Was it Christmas thing? Oh, God. Okay. Hang on. Like that never happened.
It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.
The running order, it says advert followed by sting. Yeah. And yet week after week after week, I get the advert. At least you've got it in front of you this time instead of trying to make it up. And I always have to remind you to play the sting. Yeah. I mean, one job, Ken.
I know.
One job.
What are you going to do if I don't play the sting next week? Call the police. You get it? You get it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That was very good.
You get it? Yeah.
Very good. Right. Okay. It was this week, the meeting of FIFA's ruling council. They got together to discuss even various things. Mm-hmm. Various things. And out of those various things, some rule changes have come about. I'll kick us off, and then Ken, you can come in with some more. I will start with new rules on yellow cards. And new rules on yellow cards have been brought in to keep the players on the pitch a bit longer, because it's now a longer competition. Now, if you remember the last World Cup, players had to serve a one-game ban if they were shown a yellow card in two separate games.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But single yellow cards were cancelled out at previous tournaments at the quarter-final stage. Now, the whole point of that would mean that no player misses the final for getting a yellow card in the semi. FIFA this year, because of there's an extra round of games, because of the expanded World Cup, has brought in another amnesty. So they brought an amnesty at the end of the group stages, which I think is a really good idea.
Yeah, me too.
Really good. It really annoys me, particularly when you consider how easy it is to get a yellow card for literally doing nothing.
I don't think yellow cards should have any risk of suspension at all.
No, I don't. No. I mean, they shouldn't.
Yellow cards. Red cards, different.
Okay. So at this World Cup, the slates will be wiped clean after the group stages. So you'll then have three more games, i.e. the round of 32, round of 16 and quarterfinals, and then they'll be wiped again for the semi-finals and the final.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something that I've never said before, Ken.
Oh, hello.
I'm going to say, FIFA, you have bowed to common sense and done the right thing.
Well, that's true, but I still think my solution's better. Just don't have any yellow cards contributing to any suspensions. I think they're just overthinking it. What's the point of yellow cards making a suspension happen? I mean, it's ridiculous.
I presume it's just for repeated poor behaviour.
Yeah,
but no,
so
I don't
what?
know. I don't.
So what?
So what?
Red card's different. Yellow cards just are meaningful in the match because they might lead to a second yellow. But that's all. Take the whole suspension thing out of it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, no,
Blimey,
you're
that's
right.
the second thing you thought you'd never say.
I know, but FIFA have done what they're doing, so well done to them. And even better than that, or maybe not better, because that's quite a good rule. But interestingly, and here's again, you bring in the next rule change, because this is, I think, really quite fascinating.
Yeah, one of the things that we're talking about in Vancouver was refs having the ability, the jurisdiction, to give a red card for, in fact, anything up to a red card for players covering their mouths when they're speaking, which is something I absolutely detest anyway. And it's across all sports, isn't it? They always make that fist and put it in front of the mouth so people can't lip read. It happens everywhere. I hate it. But actually, this is coming for a rather different reason. This is coming because there have been instances where people have covered their mouths and said racist things to players. And obviously, if you do that, there is no video evidence, if you like, to suggest you've said anything untoward. So FIFA have said, well, if people do that, you can do anything up to a red card if you spot it. It's up to your jurisdiction, your choice, but referees have got the power to do that. And I think that's a fantastic decision, and I'm really, really applaud it. That's the second thing they've done, which seems to make sense to me.
Yes, I think it does make sense, and you're absolutely right, because players have been using it as an excuse to say things on the pitch they shouldn't. I mean, let's not remember why they kind of brought this in. Of course, the massive scrutiny that's now on the game, the media that's on the game, the cameras that are absolutely everywhere. If players wanted to say something to another player that they didn't want to be lip read, because every movement of every player is scrutinised to the X degree, then that's why they kind of started doing it. But as you say, it can be used for nefarious means and has been used for nefarious means, and the referees now have the power to do anything up to a red card. And I imagine that it'll start as a kind of warning, but if a player complains to them that they've been racially abused or homophobically abused or whatever, there's an element of abuse or wrong behaviour, the referees now have the power to deal with it in the most severe way. So
good.
That was good.
I think it's great. I don't know why players are worried about that. Anyway, lip reading. Just don't say anything that might be counterproductive if people can lip read. Just don't do it.
Yeah. I've just finished. Yeah, just going back to the previous point, by the way, I've just finished reading Paul Gascoigne's autobiography called 8, which is very, very good, very good. But obviously, he talks about that second yellow card against West Germany in the semi-final of the World Cup in Italia '90, which ruled him out had England got through to the final. Yeah, and all of that. It's just, it would have been so wrong. It would have been so wrong.
No,
it wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad a tackle.
Dreadful. The whole thing is wrong. So that's a good one. The other thing, by the way, that they're introducing is again, red cards should be applied by referees if players leave the pitch in protest about a refereeing decision. And I think we can all remember relatively recently a situation where that happened.
Yes, of course. I mean, this is a direct consequence of the African Cup of Nations final, when the Senegal players walked off in protest of the referee's decision to give Morocco a penalty.
Do we know, by the way, who's now won that officially? Is it Morocco now? It seems to change every week.
Yeah, so the latest is that the African Federation stripped Senegal of their title and awarded it to Morocco, but of course there will be appeals and there's got to be due process. There'll be court cases. This will go on for years.
I think if it carries on, me and you have got a chance of winning it.
Well, to be fair, mate, I've been in the gym quite a lot. I'm in good shape. I've got a chance.
I'll play in goal.
No, you're not. If you're a team, there's good news coming out of this meeting this week, because the financial resources being distributed to all of the teams competing in the World Cup have been increased by a further 15%. Now, you're going to tell me in a minute, Ken, how much FIFA are going to make out of this World Cup. But the teams will be getting $871 million. Dollars, $871 million between them. So it's around $18 million per team. So that includes an increase in preparation money, which goes up from $1.5 to $2.5 million per team, and increased qualification cash from $9 million to $10 million. So more money for the teams, which is
It's a good thing.
because they deserve it. Yeah, they deserve it. They're the ones who are going out there and playing. So,
Yeah.
But FIFA are, it's a drop in the ocean, isn't it, from what they're actually making out of this World Cup?
It's eye-watering. I mean, I was looking at the figures earlier today, and I can't. Is this true? Is this? I mean, how? So FIFA stands to make a whopping 13 billion dollars from the 4-year World Cup cycle. $9 billion of which are through this year in 2026, i.e., primarily the World Cup. Sponsorship revenue makes up 2.8 billion. Broadcasting rights make up $4.3 billion. So there's 7.1 of the billions. Presumably tickets have a significant part of that, but 13 billion overall. FIFA, by the way, is a not-for-profit organisation. So it's going to be spending a lot of money on sandwiches, isn't it, and things like this. Imagine if you were at a board meeting of FIFA. Imagine what you'd be eating and drinking there, because we've got to get rid of $13 billion, and we're a not-for-profit organisation. There'd be chandeliers in every office, wouldn't there?
I got to say, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. FIFA, we are not for profit.
Yeah, they are officially a not-for-profit organisation. Imagine the accounts. Their accountants have got the job of spending $13 billion in 4 years. And what are we going to spend it on? Because we're a not-for-profit.
Presumably Gianni Infantino.
Yeah, I imagine so. But by the way, here's an interesting point, though. What do you reckon the cost of running tournaments in over a 4-year cycle is for FIFA? I
would have no idea, mate. I wouldn't even like to hazard a guess.
Can you hazard a guess? It's like Nicky's quiz.
Okay. $19.82.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that wins on the basis that's the only answer given. But it's $7.6 billion. How? How do you spend $7.6 billion on organising events, on organising the World Cup? Because they're not building stadia. We've got all these cities in America saying, you're not paying us anything to do all the security, whatever. They spend $7.6 billion on organising the 4-year cycle. The World Cup has cost, by the way, including operational costs and prize money, has cost $3.8 billion. How?
I don't know. Well, I do know. I can work it out. And in fact, for next week, I'm going to bring you a breakdown of that.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, I want sandwiches. I want chandeliers. I want, they're probably raiding the greatest wine cellars in the world, aren't they? Just for their afternoon break.
Tell you what will cost about $7 billion is a seat at the game at the MetLife Stadium, because FIFA are offering 12 seats sitting on a couch on the pitch. So you can buy a pitch side like sofa seat at all of the games at the MetLife Stadium at this World Cup.
And
which is great until the England left back clears a ball straight into your face.
That's going to be the worst place to watch a game of football from in the world, isn't it? Literally 2 feet off the pitch.
Yeah, I know. Yes, 100%. And in the times that I've coached, I've spent many years coaching football, as you know. Being sort of pitch level, particularly if you're sitting down, is a dreadful place to get a good view of what's going on.
Yeah.
You're much better off higher up in the stands.
Terrible.
I asked you at the top of the podcast, Ken. I asked you what could cost you £1,000, okay, in English money. So that's even more in dollars and wherever you are in the world. This World Cup, even if you're not even bothering going in. And the answer is,
I don't know.
The answer is
go on.
Filling up your Panini sticker book, which is a global phenomenon. They are Panini are releasing all today, by the way. That's the reason I brought this up. They are releasing their World Cup sticker books today, and you can buy whatever is packets of 5, whatever you.
How much is it going to cost to fill it up?
Around £1,000. Now this is a bit of a good headline back of fag packet, but
I think you'd better explain to our non-UK listeners what the back of a fag packet
oh,
actually is. It's
sorry, yeah.
not what
So
you think in America, by the way.
a packet, yeah. So in the UK, uh, fags are slang for cigarettes, and
Hmm.
in the days where people used to smoke, they don't really smoke anymore. But in the days when people used to smoke, and you were sitting in a pub, and you were trying to work stuff out, you look around for a pen and paper. There's no paper, but everybody had a packet of cigarettes. So you'd sort of do your calculations and write stuff down, or write things that you'd need to remember the next day after a night at the pub on the back of your cigarette packet. That's where the phrase it's on the back, but what it's meant to mean is it's a very rough, loose calculation that bears no real scrutiny. If you want to shine a lens on it, but it does make for a good headline, and this, my friend, makes for a good headline.
Well
So,
explained, by the way, if I can say so.
thank you very much. So there are 48 nations obviously playing in the World Cup. It's the largest ever one. That means 980 unique player stickers.
Because it's the
And
whole squad, presumably.
yeah, and that includes 68 special stickers that are needed to fill a 112-page album. So it's just all much bigger because there's more teams, there's blah blah blah, etc. etc. etc.
Yeah.
Now, completing and collecting the official Panini FIFA World Cup Qatar edition in 2022 cost about £870. And it's been calculated this will go up to about £1,000 because of all the extra players.
Now, presumably,
Individual. Well, I haven't finished
don't
yet,
know
mate.
anything about this.
I
I've
haven't
never
finished.
collected a panini
Have you not?
apart from
I've done them
one
before.
to
Yeah.
eat before, in my life. But
No, I've done them. I did them when I was very little.
so,
Brilliant.
but
Great
can
fun.
you choose which card you get, or you getting
No, that's
cards
the
at
point.
random?
That's why. No, that's my point. That's why it costs so much. So individual packets
So you
of
can spend
seven stickers.
$1,000 and never even get halfway through it.
Correct. Well, okay. So let me explain why you can. Individual packets of 7 stickers cost £1.25. Okay.
Yeah,
But what you end up is with some that go in your album, but loads of duplicates.
yeah,
So it's not like you just buy the certain amount of stickers because you just never know what you're going to get until you open it. So they're saying 140 packets would cost £175,
yeah,
but that is on the basis that every sticker you got
yeah,
was one you needed.
yeah,
But what happens is after a little while, when the secondhand market tends to go crazy on these things, so you can buy job lots of stickers for a lot of money to help fill your book. So you'll get to kind of 3 weeks in and you go, right, I'm 100 short. So I can go online. I can literally buy the stickers that I need, but only after you spent a fortune trying to get them.
The word that comes to mind is why.
Why? Because it's a massive industry. This
Yeah,
is it. I
but
mean, you are a
why?
bit of a stick in the mud about it, Ken. I thought it was quite a good story. But
It's a good story, but
your
I'm still
face is
can't get past the word why.
okay. Go to any playground in the country,
Yeah,
the ones that you haven't been banned from.
I'm not allowed to.
Go,
That's not true, by the way.
go, go to any playground in the country, and you will find kids all over the world swapping these stickers. It's a phenomenon. I know loads of adults who do it still, and they still
Yeah,
do it
that's
because
properly why, isn't it?
no, but they do it because the same reason why, as an adult, they buy football shirts because they've done it and they've got a collection and they don't ever want to stop because they've built up a massive collection for 40
Are
years.
you a secret panini buyer? Come
No,
on,
I'm not.
come
No, I'm
on.
not. No, I'm not. No, definitely.
Yeah, that's just one step away from checking your hard drive, quite honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But my kids are grown up, but they all did it. Well, the lads did. My daughter didn't, but the lads did. And yeah, one of them things.
It's not
So there
exactly
you
a
go.
great turn on in a relationship, is it? When the missus says, "Oh, what we're going to do on Friday night?" You say, "Well, I think I might be working on my Panini sticker book." I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
don't do it.
yeah. Do you want to go out for a meal? Oh, there's this nice
What a
restaurant I want to
will,
try. Do you want to
yeah,
go out for a meal? No, I can't. I'm afraid. I
yeah,
spent 200 quid on swapsies.
yeah. Exactly. Where's that £1,000 gone? Well, have a look at the Uzbekistan squad, and there's your answer.
Yeah, yeah. Although I'm still missing their third choice goalie. I can't find him anywhere.
Yeah,
But there we are.
great. Well, that's yeah. Don't do that, everybody. Invest your money wisely, not in Panini sticker books.
No. There goes our multi-billion-dollar Panini sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll go to our emails now. There'll be an email from Panini, won't there? Saying,
Yeah, saying,
yeah,
we
we're
want to
going
give
to
you loads
fund
and
the
loads of
whole
money.
thing for 10 years. Oh, God.
Oh, hang on, another one's dropped. No, we're not.
Yeah. Oh, no. Can you do us a favor? Not actually put this one out either?
Yeah, I put last week's out again.
Yeah.
Shall I? Right. We're going to end the quiz. We're going to end the podcast on everybody's favourite time of the week because it's Kenny's quiz. So do play along at home. I should say before I move on to this, we love to hear from you, and we're getting an increasing volume of emails, so that's good. So do email us at road to World Cup 26 at gmail.com. Road to World Cup 26 at gmail.com. We love to hear from you, and we're always interested in answering your questions or sparking topics of debate that you find interesting.
Or funny.
Or funny, or anything at all. Just observations. I've had some about observations, but they're mostly about you, Ken. And I haven't shown you them.
It's very nice.
No, it's not.
I'm very touched.
That's
That's very
no,
thoughtful, whoever sent that in.
You shouldn't be. That's why I haven't read them out or told you. Right, okay. We started this podcast talking about Iran going to Vancouver and being turned away. That FIFA meeting was in Canada. So today's topic of today's quiz is Canada. And Ken, you got 3 questions on Canada. The first topic is geography and cities. And I'm going to ask you to pick me a number between 1 and 8.
4.
Okay, number 4. How many oceans border Canada? How many oceans border Canada?
3.
What are they?
Atlantic, Pacific, and Arctic.
Mate, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Well done.
Thank
You've
you.
never been that good on the first question.
Okay.
I must have asked you these before.
No, don't be ridiculous.
Okay. The second topic of is national symbols and culture.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping I can go back to my. There is this, isn't it? But I should have done what's the. Oh yeah, there is. This is where we all started. I've done this one before because where this podcast all started, we did Canada really on, and I asked you what the national animal of Canada was, and it was the beaver.
Yeah,
you didn't know that, and that led to your
beaver.
nickname that led to your 2-month nickname of the beaver.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I should bring it back because you look more like a beaver now than you did then with that
Thank you
beard.
very much. Or I should say, damn. Anyway, go on.
So give me a number between 1 and 8.
4.
That's really
The beaver.
Number 1, because number 1 was what's the national animal of Canada.
Mm.
Number 4 is what?
Oh no, that looks hard. Then you can't.
What
even
are the 2?
pronounce
No, I was
it.
making sure I got the right one. What are the 2 official national sports of Canada?
2 official national sports. Well, I'd say ice hockey is 1. Canada national sport. What else do you play in?
I'm going to give you a clue. You're right. Ice hockey is one of them, and that's their national winter sport. What is the other one, which is a national summer sport?
Yeah, thank you.
Do shout out if you know the answer at home.
Is it a very Canadian kind of thing, or is it?
Come on, give me an answer.
Okay,
I've given you everything I'm going to give you.
I'm going to say. Oh God, I don't know. Cycling.
Incorrect.
Well, I get
The
half
answer
a
is-
point, surely.
No half points on offer. The answer is lacrosse.
Oh, I was thinking about that. I was talking to someone the other day who plays lacrosse in America. It was in America, and I didn't realize how big it was.
It's massive. Yeah, it's massive over there.
Yeah.
Massive. I was over in, as you know, in Canada and America recently, and there were absolutely no references in Toronto whatsoever for the World Cup. Even though, and I drove really past the stadium. It was just like you just have no idea.
Well, that
it was
all goes
on
well,
whatsoever.
doesn't it, for a boy in
So I'm
the World
guessing,
Cup?
yeah. So I'm guessing football isn't their summer sport
No.
either. Right, it will be this year though. Last set of questions is on food and famous inventions. 1, 2, 3. I've got 5. Choice of 5 here, mate. Pick me a number 1 to 5.
4. There's a pattern, obviously, to my choices, but I can't be bothered to think of another number but 4.
What sweet wood-tapped product is Canada the world leading producer of?
Maple syrup, I presume.
Ken, You've won the quiz.
Yeah.
You've won the quiz.
2.5 points out of 3.
Mate, 2 out of 3. You haven't won the quiz for absolutely ages.
Yeah,
I hope this isn't. I hope this isn't
3 out of 3 there.
I hope this isn't portentous for what's happening the weekend in the final round of championship games.
Oh yeah.
I hope this is not.
Oh
this
my
means Wrexham
word!
are
It's
gonna
coming
get
down
replaced.
to an absolute crescendo of emotion.
Oh, Saturday's going to be absolutely mad. For those of you who follow this podcast on a regular basis, know that I support Derby in the English Championship. Ken supports Wrexham in the English Championship. They are both vying to get in the playoffs for the Premier League, and going into the last game on Saturday, Wrexham are in the last playoff place in 6th with 70 points. Derby are 1 point below them in 8th with 69, so 1 point below. Hull are in between us on the same points as Wrexham with 70 points. So all three of us are playing at the same time on Saturday lunchtime, and it's going to be an absolute humdinger.
I honestly think Derby are favourites.
I like to think so. I wrote a blog.
I mean, Wrexham just need to win.
I wrote a blog today.
Wrexham win, they're in the playoffs. But they're playing Middlesbrough, who are going for the automatic playoffs.
Well, they could get, Middlesbrough's still up for automatic promotion.
So it's horrible. It's just a horrible scenario. I won't be able to face the world if Derby pippers to the playoffs spot.
Oh, you will, my friend. And the reason for that is because I shall drag you naked on horseback.
Kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I'll drag you naked on horseback through the streets of Derby. You're naked, not me. I'll be clothed.
Right.
So yeah, that's going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm
not watching it. I'm going out. I'm not going.
Yeah, I'm
not going to be near a radio. I'm not going to be near a television. I'm not going to take my phone with me.
Why?
I can't do it.
So this is your team's most important game in the history of your club.
I can't do it. I won't be able to watch them if they get in the playoffs.
Absolutely,
I won't be able to do it.
Such a non-fan.
No, honestly, it's not. Honestly, I'll die if I do it.
You won't. It's a game of football, mate. Nothing's going to happen. Our lives will carry on exactly as they are, whether they win or lose. It doesn't really matter. But it'll be a cracking Saturday. I'll be at Pride Park. I'll be very much looking forward.
I've got tickets for Pride Park, and I'm not going.
Good, because we always play better when you don't go. Yeah. We normally win. You should go because we're normally rubbish.
I know. I've got my season ticket to go, and I'm not going.
Well, more for you. I'll be there, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So,
by the time
Sheffield United.
Come on, Sheffield United. Come on.
By the time we meet next, dear listeners and viewers, we'll know. We'll know who got in the playoffs.
Do you reckon we'll know if Iran are going to be participating in the World Cup?
No, I think that's going to be another few weeks. I think that's going to be as late. I think they'll leave it as absolutely late as possible. Because I thought the meeting at the Congress would force some kind of decision, but it doesn't seem to have done.
No.
Because that's a real kind of flag in the sand moment. 6 weeks to go till we start.
So you reckon 20%? I reckon 3%. Interesting to see where we are this time next week.
Absolutely. But until then, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Ken. A pleasure as always. And until we speak again, look after yourselves, look after each other. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
It's the Road to World Cup 26 podcast, your deep dive into everything FIFA World Cup every single week. Part of the Global Sports Podcast Network.